historic ice storm hit Missouri, and I think for a while Ted thought I was copping out on him, and I'm sure after he got to watching the news, he believed that I was truly stranded. It was definitely the day from hell, needless to say. I made it all the way to Springfield, Missouri, where I was going to fly out of, which is about an hour from my house, and I got a call from the airlines letting me know that the airport had been shut down. And it was starting to ice pretty bad, and I turned around, and by the time I got back to my house, and I'd already called Mike and told him that my flight was canceled. He got hold of Ted, and they wanted to know if I could drive. And believe it or not, I was going to do it. I'm just dumb enough to do that, but I had an old hunting truck, and I thought, well, I'll get to the house, and I'll get the Suburban that's got a little more weight, and try to make it that way. By the time I got to my house, a school bus and a truck had an accident, and they're in the ditch, and people covered up with blankets. Two of their vehicles were in the ditch, and by the time I got back to my house, it was almost impossible to drive, and they're still wanting to know if I can make it. And I go, well, let me get hold of Highway Patrol, see if I can go north and catch I-70 up through St. Louis, and that was shut down. So then they wanted to know if they could send somebody for me. And at that point, I was just wanting to know how smart they were, because if I can't get here, how can they get there? But anyhow, I was not able to make it, and I truly apologize for that. And then they rescheduled me to come back again, and unfortunately, I had to have a knee replacement, had a titanium knee put in, so I had to cancel again. So I apologize for that, and my biggest fear was that something would happen where I wouldn't make it this year. And my wife and I have been spending the winter down in Del Rio, where it's a little bit warmer than Missouri. And I've just been flying out of down there to do appearances. And yesterday when I left Del Rio, it was 12 degrees, so it's not real fun down there right now. And as I get to listen to the radio, they go, Houston Airport shut down, Dallas Airport shut down, San Antonio, which was where I was going to fly out of, is shut down. And not only that, all the highways going to San Antonio are shut down because of ice and snow. And I go, here we go again. And I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and drive it anyway. And by the time I got there, things had melted, and they opened the airport in the afternoon, and I got out of there and was able to, as Mike alluded to, get to Memphis last night a little bit late. Worried I was going to miss my connection to come on into Indianapolis, but either the pilot was drunk or didn't show up. I don't know which. But an hour later, they got somebody out of bed, and he flew us on in, and we made it. So now it looks like I'm probably going to be stranded in Indianapolis. So if you want to talk for 4 or 5 hours, I'm going to be here probably. But I do appreciate the opportunity to be here. I've been here, I don't know, probably 2 or